Hello and good day. You're watching Zir News 24, bringing you the latest and most important national and international headlines. It's Monday, the 23rd of Saratan, 1404 in the Hijri solar calendar, corresponding to July 14th, 2025. And here are today's top stories from Afghanistan and around the world. Top headlines. Dual standards from the international community. Afghanistan's acting Minister of Higher Education, Maulawi Nida Mohammad Nadeem, says the international community is applying a double standard toward the Islamic Emirate. Mass return of Afghan refugees. Over 1.6 million Afghan refugees have returned from Iran and Pakistan. UNHCR is calling for emergency humanitarian aid. Ongoing Israeli strikes on Gaza. At least 95 Palestinians were killed in yesterday's bombings, including 7 children. Deadly shooting in Kentucky, USA. A gunman kills 2 women in a church shooting incident. Now the details. Mass return of Afghan refugees raises alarm. Over 1.6 million Afghan refugees have returned from Iran and Pakistan this year. The UN says limited resources, prolonged drought, and poverty are putting extreme pressure on aid agencies and host communities. UNHCR has called for emergency assistance to support the returning population. Afghanistan's acting ambassador participates in diplomatic briefing in Iran. The Afghan embassy in Tehran reported that acting ambassador Maulawi Fazl Mohammad Haqqani attended a diplomatic briefing hosted by Iran's foreign minister, Sayed Abbas Araghchi, to discuss regional developments and Iran's foreign policy. Minister of Higher Education criticizes international stance. Acting Minister Maulawi Nida Mohammad Nadeem, in a meeting with Japanese Ambassador Takayoshi Kuromaya, accused the international community of hypocrisy, saying they promote cooperation with Afghanistan while simultaneously threatening to prosecute its leadership. He reiterated that religion, Islamic law, and public demand form the foundation of the current system, and affirmed the ministry's commitment to quality education based on national and religious values. The Japanese ambassador expressed continued support for Afghanistan. OIC and Malaysia discuss Afghanistan's future. The OIC's special envoy for Afghanistan met with Malaysia's representative to discuss recent developments and the outcomes of the UN-led Doha process. They also explored ways to enhance humanitarian support and engagement with the Afghan people. Flash flood alert issued by WFP. The World Food Programme has issued a flash flood warning in 8 Afghan provinces, especially in the east and southeast. Heavy rainfall between July 14th and 15th may cause dangerous flooding in Nangarhar, Kunar, Lagman, Nuristan, Khost, Pekka, Paktia, and Logar, and possibly parts of the central and northeastern regions. Afghan Minister of Justice meets Indonesian diplomat. Justice Minister Maulawi Abdul Hakim Sharei met with Indonesia's Charge d'Affaires, Nanda Evarist. They discussed strengthening bilateral ties and Afghanistan's legal reforms, with the minister noting dozens of laws have already drafted based on Islamic jurisprudence. The Indonesian official pledged further cooperation and diplomatic engagement. Israeli bombing of Gaza kills 95, including children. Israeli forces continue to strike Gaza. Yesterday's attacks killed 95 Palestinians, including 7 children standing near a water distribution line. Another 17 people were killed in a crowded market in Gaza City. Meanwhile, Israel's controversial plan to build a detention camp in Rafah has triggered international condemnation. Israeli opposition leader Yair Lapid warned that denying Palestinians freedom of movement would be akin to creating a concentration camp. Jet crash in London sparks investigation. A jet belonging to Dutch airline Zeus Aviation crashed shortly after takeoff from Southend Airport in London. The plane was en route to Lelystad, Netherlands. A fire broke out after the crash, and emergency services are on site. Investigations into the cause are underway. Trump sends Patriot missiles to Ukraine, slams Putin. President Donald Trump announced that the U.S. will send Patriot missile defense systems to Ukraine. Speaking to reporters, Trump said, "Putin talks peace by day and bombs by night." This marks a shift in Trump's earlier cautious approach toward Ukraine. Analysts say Moscow will likely view the move as a serious provocation. UK and Vietnam sign landmark pharmaceutical trade deal. The UK and Vietnam have signed a new agreement to facilitate trade in medicines and vaccines. Under the deal, Vietnamese authorities will formally recognize UK regulatory standards. UK Trade Minister Douglas Alexander said the agreement could generate up to £250 million in economic benefit over 5 years and expand cooperation in sectors like green energy and finance. And now we head to the world of sports. Tape ball cricket kicks off in Kunar. 12 teams are competing in a 10-day tape ball tournament in Nurgal District, Kunar. In the opening match, the Friends team defeated Bazan by 9 wickets. Volleyball championship held in Balk. In Chamtal District, 6 teams competed in a one-day volleyball tournament, with the Istiklal team claiming victory after defeating Qayyum Chacha's team. Italy qualifies for T20 World Cup for the first time. Italy has secured a historic qualification for the 2026 ICC Men's T20 World Cup alongside the Netherlands, thanks to their net run rate despite a loss to the Dutch side. Chelsea wins Club World Cup again. Chelsea defeated Paris Saint-Germain 3-0 in the final of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup to claim their second title. The tournament hosted 32 teams and was held in the United States from June 14 to July 13. That's all for today's news broadcast. Follow Zir News 24 on Instagram, X, and YouTube for more updates. Until next time, goodbye and take care.